different ways of importing data into your Excel. So I mentioned it's either you use get external data or you use new query. Okay, and I said that for you to import your data, you're going to click on data on your ribbon here. After clicking on data, it's either you come to get external data. And when you click on get external data, okay, that's right, okay. No. So I've already sent data for this class now. I sent unclean data. So. Yes. And I also sent and sales data, yes. So then I use sales data for the splitting, and I want to use it for other. So those that are online, are you with me? Sorry, let's get wrong, please. Hello. So let's continue. So now we have you can import your data using the get external data. Okay, which implies that from the option we have here, we have from access, we have from web, we have from text, and we have from other sources. So now, if you have your data that is in Microsoft Access is more or less like a database management, just like as we have SQL. So now, if your data is in MS Access, you're going to click on it. I don't have the data that is in Microsoft Access here. You are going to select it and click open. Then you'll be able to import it. And if your data is from web, you click on from web. Is that? They can't hear me. My speaker is loud. So can you all hear me? Those that are joining us online. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so that's fine. So now, if you are importing from web, you are going to click from web and you are going to highlight, you are going to copy the path. Yes, just like a URL. Maybe you have you are copying the data from cargo.com. You're going to copy it and put it here. Okay, by the time you put the URL here, then you make sure that you have your data on. Then you import the data. You click on import. That's how to import from web. Is that okay? So now we also have from text. You can have a text file. And we also have from other sources. From other sources means that if you are importing from SQL, okay, and for SQL, that means that you'll be having the SQL server on your system, and we have different kind of SQL server. We have the PostgreSQL, we have the Microsoft SQL, we have MySQL, and then we have a lot of them. In fact, we have SQLite or something. So we have different SQL servers. But what differs between them is their syntax, yes. Though their syntax is similar, but little differences. They can decide to use any of them, okay? So now the organization can decide to give you access to their server, to their SQL server, so that you can import the data from it, okay? I have an SQL server here, which is this. This SQL Server Management Studio. I'm using Microsoft SQL. Okay, in which if you want to install that on your desktop, it will take a lot of time. It will take a few minutes. So now, for the purpose of this training, I will just show you how you can import from the SQL server. In case if you are working with an organization that gives you access to an SQL server for you to import the data from there to your Excel and work with it. So those that are online, are you following me?
Yes.
Okay, so now I'm clicking on open here. I want to open my SQL server. So what I'm trying to do is I want to show you how you can import from your SQL server. And the only thing you'll be needing is the server name. So you are going to be given the server name. It's that server name that you're going to copy or you'll be given, and you're going to use it while importing into your Excel. So my SQL Server Management Studio is loading. So you can see this is my server name here. Can you see my server name? That's what is being highlighted. All I will just do is I will just, in case you have a server, in case you are working with an organization that give an access to their SQL server, yes, this is how you import from me. That's what I'm doing. You understand? So now I copied it, then I want to connect it. I want to connect my server to my SQL. So now this is my SQL now. So you know SQL also, we also use it for data analysis. And then also we use SQL coupled with other data analysis software. You can actually use SQL with your Excel, you can use SQL with Power BI, you can use SQL with Tableau, even with Python. So SQL is always for database, yes, for storing your data, and then you can still use it to extract or analyze your data as well. Are you getting me? But for the purpose of this training, we only want to import from SQL. That's what we want to do. Okay. So now I will now minimize my server, my SQL server. After minimizing it, then I will go to my get external data. I'll say from other sources and click on from SQL server. So when I click on from SQL server, then I will paste the server name. After pasting the server name, then I will click on next. After clicking on next, then it will ask me that where do I have the data from? Is it from master? Is it from model? Then I will choose from it. If it is model, if I click on model, but here I don't have any data. I don't have any data in my database here. So if I have a data in my database here, all I will just do is, let me just click on anyone here. So let me just see, let me click on next. After clicking on next, you can click on finish. Okay, so now when you click on finish, are you seeing what I'm doing? Those that are online, are you following up? And those of you that are here, are you following up with what I'm doing? So after that, it will ask you that do you want to import the data in form of table? Do you want to import it in form of a pivot table or pivot chart? So I'm going to choose table. Then I will click OK. Immediately I click OK. This is what is imported. Yes. Remember I told you that I don't have data on my SQL server yet. So that's why it imported this. If it is a real data, that's how it's going to import it immediately. Are you getting my point now? So the SQL server is a new server, so I've not incorporated new data on it. So now let me delete this. Or let me control that. Okay. So any question on that? Those that are online, any question on that? Or do you want me to still go over it again? So those that are online, any question?
No.
Is it straightforward? So now let's continue. So that's how you can import from SQL Server. So now, and then again, you can see that we are using get external data here. So now, if you are not using get external data, you can as well use new query. So both of them serve the same purpose. And if you go to new query, you can see from file. We are going to from file. Under from file, we have from workbook, from CSV, we have from XML, we have from text, we have from folder. These are different file types. Yes, from workbook, from CSV, from different sources. We have from database. If it's from database, yes. Why is it off? Yeah, I'm coming. A few seconds.
Only go before. I can hear you. Only go before. Yes. Yes. Not really. But it seems different. Am I here? What is the report on what? Yeah.
So we're working on the projector. So just give us a few seconds, please. Okay, and this other people come together.
Please, if you should come close. Please come close.
Okay.
So
How
that
do we do?
yes, because the projector is already for so it's harder to
What is that? So, yeah. Okay.
For good reason. No!
No sockets, yeah.
No sockets. You know, you need to charge, you need to charge.
Is your sister? Yeah, just come over here.
Directly to the central area.
So don't let us waste much time. Please, let's come here. Yes. Let's come. Is your system not charged? Just bring it along. So, what's there?
Well-being.
So, give us a few seconds. Is that what? Come here. Yeah, no much.
Is anybody there?
You can come here. I just manage to have.
But you know, like, I just joined this class virtually. So what it is? Yeah, that's what I want to do. It's not better for me. Yes, my first joined the class virtually.
But you are here. Over the essence of being here.
So let's work with this.
So for those joining us online, let's continue. Hello. So those that are joining us online, can you hear me? So
Yes.
that's fine. Okay. So now I'm able to import from SQL. So now I'm now trying to let's realize that even if you are not using get external data, you can as well use new query. And by the time you click on new query, we have from file. What's your concentrate? So we have from file. So when you click from file, we have from workbook, we have from CSV, we have XML, we have CSV is comma separated value, which implies that if your data is saved as Excel file. So under Excel file, we have CSV. So let's say I want to save this file now. If I go to save as, let's say I'm coming here. If you go to save as type here, you will see different ways you can save your Excel. So this is where we have CSV file. So you can see CSV, that's comma delimited. So now most Excel files are always in CSV file or as a text file, which is very easy for you to work with. Yes, even if you are working with Python, it's always easy to import to Python if you have a CSV file. Okay. So that's how to, and then sometimes even if your data is not in CSV file, you can as well resave it as the CSV before importing to make it more easier. Is that okay?
That's why we said, as this person is supposed to end this with the next week, that's what you can now start the assessment.
Yes, of course. Okay, so now let's continue. So now we also have from database. You can see various databases that we have. We have from SQL Server, we have from Oracle database, we have IBM, depending. But just the way I did, just the way I imported from my own Microsoft SQL, the same way you deal with any of all these databases here. Okay, you'll be given the server name. It's just that server name that you need, yes. And you ensure that the server is connected, then you import it from there. So that's how to import data. Okay, so now next thing is, how do you clean data? It's not all data that you are given that is always organized. Yes, we always have data that has a lot of errors. Some will even have null value, some will be scattered and all that. So you are expected to clean the data before analyzing the data. So how do you clean data now? So let me go to a new sheet. I want to use this new sheet now. So for you to clean your data, we make use of an Excel tool, which is called Power Query Editor. Okay, so now if I click on data, then I go to new query, I will say from file, I want to import that my sales data, yes. So I think we talked about how you can split it, and let me just quickly go over it again as a refresher, so that you can follow up. Then I'll click on from workbook. After clicking on from work, because my file is Excel workbook, that's why I'm using workbook. If my file is CSV, I'm going to click on CSV. Is that okay? So now I'm going to choose sales data. When I choose sales data, I'll click on import. I'm working on a spreadsheet, yes, spreadsheet. So now when I click on import, those that are online, are you following me?
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
so that's good. Yeah, that's good. That give me a thumb up. So now, by the time you import, so it will take you here. So once it takes you here, so you have to preview your data. Yes, this is a place where you preview your data. You see if the data has issues or not. Okay, when I click here now, you can see this is my data. I can easily preview it. And if I also click here, I can as well preview it here. Okay, so now which one should we use out of these two? I think they are the same. So let me use sheet 1. So now if you check this data now, the only issue this data has is data and time combined. Okay, which is not cool enough. So we have to separate it. Okay, and for you to separate it, you take it to Power Query Editor. So now under here, you're going to have load, you're going to have edit, and you're going to have cancel. Load means that, oh, after previewing the data is well organized. You want to load it to your Excel. Okay, so now if the data has any issue you want to work on, you're going to click on edit. So I don't know, on your system, you may have it as transform, and you can as well still have it as edit, depending. Here is edit. If it is transformed on your own desktop, it's still the same. Then I will click on edit. So after I click on edit, so it will take me to Power Query Editor. So now this Power Query Editor now, this Power Query Editor, this is where we have, you can see. So now this Power Query Editor. So in our last class, we are able to split this, and let me quickly do that now again. So for you to split this data, you're going to click on the column that has issues, yeah, which is the column for date and time. And I said for splitting the column, we have different ways of splitting it. We have by delimiter. Let's come here, let's see split column here. You can see we have by delimiter and we have by number of characters. Okay, so by delimiter means that anywhere there is a comma, it should split it. Anywhere there is a hyphen or colon or something, it should split it. That's what it means by delimiter. Okay, so now we also have by number of characters. By number of character means that if you are having uniformity in your data, like as we have this now, you can see we have 1/2/2015. So it is uniform all through. We don't have any of the data is written as 01/2. It has a uniform number of characters. And if you count these characters, all these are characters. We have 1/2/2015. If you count this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is 8.
So when we use the comma, it's not cannot think categorized as uniformity.
No, you cannot use comma. Means that delimited means where you have comma in between, just like as you have space here now. If you now have a comma, you should split it from there. That word that delimited, it should split it. You want to split the column.
By using this splitting.
Yes, by using this splitting column. So now it's a tools now. You can see here now you highlight the column first. After highlighting the column, then you come to split column. So that's the two options that we have. Then you now check, you can see by delimiter and by number of characters. So now you now look at this column, which one is more applicable? That will be best for you. You understand? So now in this case now it's number of characters. Okay. Okay, let's even say by delimiter and let's see what will happen. You can see what we have here. Comma, equal sign, semicolon, space. In fact, we have space there. You can as well use space. Because we have space in between date and time.
There's a problem here.
Okay, what is the problem?
I don't have
You with your 365.
I'm so lost because I don't have any of the things that you just said now. I don't know where to find it. From get data to data query.
So now if I click on space here now, so pair with him first. Let him pair with you. So which office are you using? 2016 or 2019? 2019. Just pair with him first. If that's your own, you have to take your time to study it. So now when you click on space now, you now say at the leftmost delimiter. At the leftmost delimiter means that if it's coming from here, anywhere you see space, it should split it. In fact, it's a very simple English. And that one they have, yes. If you say click this and we say okay. That's splitted.
What's split? What's the difference? So like
Splitting is it's just like you have Mr. A now, you have Mr. A, you have A, B, C. You want to divide A, B to be separate and C to be separate. That's what splitting is now.
Okay.
Do you understand?
So you divide it like this. No.
Mm.
Mhm.
So now let me now.
Can you use like slash?
Yeah, you can use comma, you can use yes, we have different we have those options here. So now if I'm not using that space now, if I'm not using delimiter, okay, I can decide to use number of characters. So if I'm using number of characters, so now I'm trying to click on this apply step now. I'm clicking this X. Means that I want to delete some steps. I want to go backward, back a step. Are you getting me? So now this is where I am again.
This is just
The date and the time.
okay. They do it from here. From the left. From the right.
So now let me click here now. So I want to make use of the number of character. So I want to do I want to make use of the number of characters. So I'm coming to split.
Press to go back.
You said what?
Which X did you press to go back?
So you can see by my you can see query settings here where I have query settings. Can you see where I have query settings?
Yes, sir.
So then when you click on the step you are, by the time you click on this X, that means delete. Yes, that means I want to go backward a step.
Okay.
You want to go back by one step. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Or let me say you want to undo. That's what it means.
Okay.
Because here you cannot control Z.
So is there any way if you accidentally delete something, you can redo it back, like undo the undo? If that makes sense. Like for
Yeah.
example, now you just press the X and it's
Hmm.
not the X you initiate. It's not the X you wanted to press.
Hmm.
I went to go and delete something else. Is there a way to like undo that?
You cannot take it back. You can't take it back. Yes. You can't take it back. So that's why if you are taking it, if you are deleting, you have to be very careful while deleting. You understand? And the reason why I'm deleting here is that I want to use another step again. I want to use another option here. Okay. So that's why I'm deleting it so that I can go to my initial stage where I have my date and time combined. Are you with me?
Yeah. All right, sir.
So now here now I'll make use of using by delimiter. So now I want to use by number of characters. So by number of characters now, it is date and time that we are still splitting. Okay. So now here now we'll count this. This 1, this 2, 3. We have 8. Then I'll click on this column. After clicking on that column, I will go to split column and say by number of characters. So once I click on by number of characters, I'll put 8 here. And when I put 8 here, we have once as far left as possible. Once as far left as possible means that I should count it from the left hand side. Okay. And wherever we have after the 8th character, it should split it. So then I'll click on once as far left as possible, then click OK. So can you all see my screen? No. You uploaded yours. I still want to do other things. So that's a particular reason why I'm using the data. So now to take it backward, now you can come here, data, go to from table. Where is it from table? From table. To take it backward.
I don't understand why my phone is showing this.
Okay. So now I want to edit the name here. I'm giving a date. And I will double click here and put time here. So those that are online, are you following me?
Please, which of the data are we using? Is it the one you uploaded today, or you are using another one? Because I'm not seeing the
Is
same
that
thing.
sales data we used that last week now? It's still the same sales that I'm
Okay.
using. Okay, so have we all did this? So have we done it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so there is no challenge.
So far.
Asking, you're having a partner that knows it here. Explain to him that at least to this point. Yes, you know it up to this point. So explain to him. So now let's continue. So now after then, or do you want me to give you a few seconds to fix this? Or you've done it? So that we can continue.
We've done it.
Uh-huh. So now let's continue. But your own system is 365. Let's learn with this first. You understand? That one now is taking you time to know where all those things are.
And that's what I'm saying. I want to take the rough out from him.
That is on WhatsApp now.
Check your WhatsApp. You see it.
So sorry. So now let's continue. I think you should have been done with that one.
Look at it. Don't worry, let me send it.
Want date to be separated from time.
So the date went to the next time and to the right.
In different column. That's what we are interested in.
So that is the better.
Have you not done it before?
No, no, you should feedback.
Okay. Separate it again, yes. So now let's continue. So now I want to use this data to talk about all what we have here. So we have choose column, we have remove column. I think I've talked about that in last week.
Not talk about.
I talked about choose column, how you can choose the column, how you can
I did
remove.
not talk about it. No, it was actually that I did not talk about it.
I talked about all those things now.
You did not talk about it because
Okay.
I was confused.
So let me quickly go back again. Okay. So now here, this Power Query Editor, this is a tool in Excel, okay, which is used for data cleaning. This is where anything that has to do with your cleaning of data lies. Is after you clean your data here, that's why you now close and apply, or let me say close and load. You load to your Excel. Is that okay? So now here we have home, we have transform, we have add column, we have view. Under the home, we have choose column. Okay, if I click on choose column, it will give me this box to ask me to choose. Please be attentive. So it asks me to, if I click on choose column, it will bring this box. Then it will ask me to check any of the column I want to have. So now if I uncheck, let's say I'm unchecking data time, I want to have just region, product, address, 6% and sales. And I click OK. I'm on choose column. That's time now.
How about region?
And differentiate it, can say time one or something. Double click two time, then put one. Probably maybe you have. So now here now, so when I click on that choose column, it is the one that I ticked that I'm having here. So now the other ones have been removed. That's what choose column does. So are you following me? Okay, I've already done that. So I say choose column. Click on choose column. Yes. To give you this. If you want to select any column that probably there are situations whereby you may have plenty column in your data set that you may want to remove some column and focus on the data that you actually needed for your analysis. You can use choose column. That means that the last data they send, you didn't use it. I have them to send a sales data because I've extracted all those ones.
So you are just
that have
I've
I've removed them. They are now send the one that has just only the sales data that have updated everything. I sent to the platform. Maybe you are not updated.
So I should click OK.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah,
Then I now remove. Oh, that means that you have 2 column for time.
now I'm telling you, are you forgotten that it took me back to this place?
If you check here now, close it first. Stroke to this side. You will see the other time. So this is the other one here now.
Which one is
So you can drop this, you can delete this using that choose column. So now that's about choose column. If I want to go back a bit, I'll click this.
I should delete it from here. I should use choose column.
You can use choose column to delete
I
it.
should delete it from there.
No, use choose
I
column.
wanted to know the rest.
Use the choose column. And if you want to use that one, it depends.
But I do have this one that I have here now. This particular thing.
This is not time now.
So what is it?
It's there by I don't know what to press. Just delete it. Yeah, it's no need for it's not there. Just delete it. So no need for argument on that. Just delete it since it's not necessary. So after then we have remove column. It's still doing the same function with choose column. But if you say remove column, you are going to highlight the column you want to remove. Let's say I want to remove date and time. I will highlight this and say remove column. Immediately I click on remove column, it will remove it.
Which one?
I highlight the time and I click on remove column.
Why am I having columns?
No,
So which one do you click on?
Okay, yeah.
This step,
I read that.
yes, it will be showing you all the steps you've done. Yes. Yes, all these apply steps will be showing all the work, all the cleaning you've been doing,
Just remember that I do something.
all the steps. It will be showing it here. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
So those that are online, are you following me?
Yes,
Yeah.
You said?
I'm using this one.
Yeah, we're following.
Yes, we are following you.
Okay, that's fine. So let's continue.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
So now we also have keep rows. Are you with me? We also have keep rows. What keep rows does is that if you want to work with the first 20 rows, you understand?
About excuse me. What
I'm using this data to give you an overview of any scenario you want to do.
Like if you remove the column, how do you put it back?
You said what?
How do you put it back when you remove the column?
If you remove a column, you can come here and take it back a step.
Yeah.
So I'll take it back. I don't understand.
You can come here and delete it from here now.
If I should
Yeah.
cancel this thing, go back.
Yeah, to go back to our initial.
Okay,
So
it's like on Zoom. So how do you bring back?
so you talked about bring back capacity, right?
Yes,
As
we're
well.
still going to use
I have
that.
to continue passing the column.
Okay, how to bring that. That's what I'm talking about. I didn't get it last week.
Yes.
One of them.
That's still what we are still working on now.
Oh,
Not finished yet. Okay. What we are doing now is I'm trying to make you familiar with all these ribbons here. You understand? So that's what I'm trying to show you. So after dealing with the home now, we go to transform. Are you with me? So that's what I'm trying to do. So that in this case now, the only error we have with this data is that data and time. You understand? I'm now showing you that in case you are working with another data that needs to remove rows, to keep rows, to do different things. Yes, that's what I'm trying to
How do I know the
show
one that you complete on time now?
you.
As we have it now, you know how to bring back the time.
How to bring back? By the time you come to this apply step and you delete them, it's under this apply step.
How will I know the one?
It's here now. Here is a split. Can you see? You can see split column.
I said it. I said it's split column.
It is this split column now.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, good. So let's continue. So now we have remove errors. Sometimes your data may have errors. Okay. and your data may have a null value. In fact, after this data now, we are going to use the one that even have issues, that have a lot of issues. We are going to use it. But before then, I want us to first use this one to explain all what you can have under data cleaning. Are you getting me? So now, if your data has errors, this is where you remove errors. You're going to align the column first and remove errors. Okay? You can see remove errors here. Under, you can remove duplicates, you can remove errors, you can see it here.
Where is that? Under.
We have remove errors here now.
Remove errors.
These remove errors.
Under.
Yeah, we have remove errors also.
Take care. Anything that classes it should be try to project. It's not a project though. Take care.
Some remove errors from where?
Let's try
Please remove errors.
Where did they click on that?
No, please remove errors here. Can you see this?
Your own is correct.
Can you maximize this?
I think to my laptop.
That you don't have remove errors.
There's no need of not remove errors. So that is
So your whole is.
not to the ground. There's no need of not.
Yeah, I've seen it there.
So you know the error file for this your version of the year. That's what I
You know,
Let me be ready.
you know.
How big is it?
Where is it?
So now, if you are removing error or null value, you're going to click on the column and say remove errors. So you can as well use first row as header. Okay? So are you following me?
Oh, it's not spelled right.
So those that are online, are you following me? Hello,
Sir,
those
can you
that are
repeat?
online, are you
Sir,
following?
can you repeat the last thing you said?
I said if you want to remove an error, you click on the column. After clicking on the column that has error, then you click on remove errors.
All right.
Is that okay? And then you can as well replace a value. What replacing the value means is that, say for instance now, let's say the organization said, oh, instead of having sales 516, it's supposed to be 561. That you should replace it.
I do have a flash drive.
I don't have flash. Okay, you want to copy the data?
No, I want to take this version of the MS. So that I can.
Okay.
I don't understand.
Okay, you have the raw fact.
He has the reference. Something.
Okay. So now this 516, I don't know, you can ask. So now this 516, now let's say I want to replace it with 561. Okay, I can easily click on this column and say replace values. If I say replace value, it will ask me which value do I want to replace. I can say 516. I want to replace it with 561.
I just want to move on to.
You can see here now the 516 has been replaced to 561.
You said you play like it's
Sorry.
water.
So I have a question.
Yeah, you have a question. Okay, I'm with you.
So what if there are multiple 516?
So now if there are multiple 516, anywhere there is 516, it's going to remove all. It's going to replace all. Wait. It's going to replace all. So let's say for instance now, or it's only if you click on this entire column. Are you with me? Anywhere it sees 561, it's going to change it. So now let's now say if you are changing, if you are clicking on that cells, only that cells that has 516. Let me replace it. I right click, I go to replace value. Let's say I want to take it back to 516. But it's going to replace it for all the value that has 516. Okay? It won't be just only the cell. Are you with me?
Yeah.
If I answer your question.
Yeah.
So, Akrapes, what do you want to say?
People may like business.
Hello?
Yeah,
So
sorry,
anyway,
it's the question that you just answered.
okay, yes. It's going to replace for anywhere it says 516. It's going to replace it with 561. Okay. So now, so that's about this. And then if you are clicking on use first row as header, sometimes your first row can be the headings. Okay. So you may want to use this first row as a header. You use it, if you click this, can you see that my first row has become my header here? So can you see my screen? Those that are online, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
So if I want to take it back, I can take it back from here. So that's about using first row as header. So now let me now talk about the transform and add column. Then after I talk about transform and add column, then we are now going to use a data that has a lot of errors. Are you with me? So now for the transform now, if I click on transform, if I click on transform, you can see we have reverse row, we have replace value, we have statistics. If you want to check the median, the average of this is value, it is with this statistic that you can do that.
So can we check and add it to another column?
You can only check it.
Then check.
I'm coming, let's click this. It will only show you the average. I'm clicking on the column for sales and I'm clicking on average. So when I click on average, it will just give me the average. Value to 516. I changed 516 to. I'm giving you different scenarios. Are you with me? I say, let's take for instance now, an organization asks that you should they mistakenly put 516 instead of 561. That you should replace it.
Okay.
So you understand? So that's what we are doing. Then I now say you highlight it and then you go to replace value.
Highlight.
You highlight the whole code. So anywhere there is 560, that's what it will be changing to 561.
I don't go back. Yeah, then I'll put.
So now going back now, still the same process. So, yes. So you now put 516 there.
Normally, even Microsoft.
516 and say 561. So now that's for transform. And under transform again, we also have standard. We have replaced value here. You cannot have the same. That's why it's one that is having putting one here.
You're not getting like
I'm doing different things. So. You've been
sorry,
you've been off, yes.
You kind of replace another value again.
I think I tried another one.
Okay.
Yes. I go forward, I still come back again. I think that was
this here to move here and else.
Yeah, you are lost. Okay. So that's one. So now that's about transform. Then we have standard here. Under the standard, if I click here,
Standard. There's no standard.
under transform, can you see standard here? Under transform. So now let's say, for instance, a particular column, you want to multiply the column by 2. You want to multiply, maybe you want to add 20 to each of the items. You understand? You want to add, yes, all those things.
I don't have standard on my own.
Yes.
Click on transform. This
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can make a piece and do this thing.
So this standard. So is that okay? So now if I want to multiply, let's say I want to add 20 to all the values. I'm putting 20 here and I'll say okay. So can you see that it has added 20 to all this, all the values I have under my cells. Can you see?
So you added the extra column.
No. It won't create a new column. It will be updating this one.
Added to column. What did you add?
Keep following what I'm doing.
Sorry.
I highlighted this.
So I have a question again.
Yes. What's your question?
So what if you just want to add for just one specific cell?
So for just one specific cell will not be possible using the data cleaning and the Power Query editor here. It's only when you loaded it to your Excel that you can change for a particular cell.
All right.
Is that okay? So now anything you are doing here is going to add for all
Then.
cells because it's
All
going to highlight the entire column.
So you highlighted the cells.
Yes.
I can't find the standard on that.
Click on this transform. Once you click on transform, you will see standard besides statistics.
I still can't find it.
You will see once you click on transform, you will see standard besides statistics.
Okay.
And I'll see what they're showing. What they're showing.
So go to add. So I'm adding 20 to all the values. I'm just giving you different scenarios. Yes, different scenarios.
Let's
You can see it has added 20 to all the cells.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But God, I want to wish something.
This is the one.
So I want to give you 5 minutes. I want to give you 5 minutes.
I've already done some other things. Mhm. So now let's continue. So now that's about transform. So we also have add column. Mhm. So after this part now, that's when I will now give you a dirty data. Yes. So work on. So now under the add column, here, if you want to duplicate a particular column, let's say I want to duplicate my region column now. Okay. I will click on the column, then I will go to add column. So let's yes, add column. We are finished with home, we are finished with transform, then we are taking add column now. So I want us to finish with all the overview now. Then we now use a dirty data, yes, to now practice. Do you understand? So here now, if you click on add column, what the add column does is that it enables us to have another column added to our data. So if you want to duplicate a column, you're going to highlight the column and you click on duplicate. Is that okay? So now, if I want to duplicate this region column, if I click duplicate here, can you see that it has duplicated it? I click on a column for region, I duplicate it. You can see I have region as copy.
What did you duplicate? Okay.
So we are on add column. So now we also have add index column. So what index column does is that index column give us serial numbers. Okay, just like when you want to have 1, 2, 3, like serial numbers. That's what index column does. So now, so if I click on add index column, you can see when I click on it, it's giving me options like, is it from 0? Should it be from 0, 1, 2, like that?
Okay.
Or should it be from 1?
So how do we focus in less? Do you know how we can focus this? Because
It's their stuff, so I don't like yes. So unless you call that late, yes, it's their stuff.
then
Okay, so are you with me? So can I continue? So were you able to, yes, for the index file now, if I click from 1, can you see now we have index column added, then we have 1, 2, 3, and then I can decide to edit this as a serial number and put SN. Okay, and right click on it and say it should move to the beginning. So can you see what I did? Those that are online, those that are online, are you following up?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now let's continue. So now for after the we are on add column. So now also we can have that's index column. Then for that statistic that we did before under transform, if you are doing it here, it's going to give you in a new column. That one that we did that we are adding 20 to the column. If it is under add column, it's going to give you in a new column. Let's say we come to sales, we say add column, and we say standard. Let's say we are adding 20. In this case now, it's going to give us in a new column. Can you see? See a new column.
With numbers.
Is that?
I was dealing with index column.
No, we have left there.
Where are we now?
I'm on standard now.
Okay. For
Under add column.
what are we
Under add column. You know, we added 20 when we are on a transform. Yeah, we want to do the same thing here. So, but in this case, now it's going to give us a new column.
Okay.
It's going to give us a new column.
Are we going to click on the sales first?
Have we done that?
No,
So click on and go to add column.
no, add column.
Yeah, that's where we are now. We are not we left transform. So go to standard. Yes, add, just like all we did.
We were previously.
Yeah, 220.
Under transform.
So in this, I'm using a new column.
No, sir, I did not follow the other
Which one?
the other.
So that reorder, that's a serial number. Now. You do the one with serial number.
No, just tell me, just let me check it out.
Go to index now. Do index. So any question, those that are online, is there any question?
Not so far, but
Okay. So now, these are what these are various tools that you can use under the Power Query Editor, and then we also have view. Sometimes, if you open your Power Query Editor, you might not see the apply steps here. You have to click it from here so that it'll be able to show. Because without the apply steps, you won't be able to navigate forth and back. Is that okay? So now, after having this now, then I can now click on close and load, which implies that after you finish cleaning, you click on close and load, then you can now start working with your data. That's why you can now start all these our dashboards, creating pivot table, creating slicers, the one we did in the second week.
Okay, yes, if I go to add column, that's where I see this.
Yes. So any question on that?
So instead of mine should show the other column showing added text.
So those that are online, any question? I can continue, right?
yes, sir.
Yes, let's continue. Right click on that index and say the one you. Sorry, is it just me? I can't seem to hear him anymore.
I don't think you have it. I have it.
Yes.
Wait, please, can you put down? Please?
So those that are online,
Not now, please, now.
those that are online, please import that or clean data. Okay, and let's quickly walk through it together.
No, after you.
Is that okay? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Okay. So now let me.
Pew, pew.
So now let me do that now. I want to import the unclean data. I click on data. I'll go to new query from file. So are you working on that already? So this is unclean data. So if you check this unclean data, now let's preview it. Can you see? Can you see how scattered the data is?
Yes.
You can have data that will be in this form.
So we should click on.
Yes, this is a new page now.
Okay, so that one now, you are done with it.
Yeah, we are done with that. I only use that one to explain the overview. So now import the unclean data. So we have two data there. So I'll be making use of this first one. So then you can use the second one later as an assignment.
So this one has you to be 7.
And click on it. No, it's previewing. No.
So we should not do that.
You've already double clicked on it. Okay.
Yeah, it's
That's
something
taking you to, yeah.
it's something like
Yes. So I only want you to preview it first. So now from here now, do we all have the unclean data now? Those that are online, do you have the unclean data?
Yes, sir.
It's only one person that is talking. What about Adesoji, Samuel?
The claim.
So are they
Yeah, I have the data.
You have it. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's fine. So after then, I'm clicking on edit. Yes. Then you select the first one.
After you
Preview the first one.
did all it.
Yes. Click on it. Change as click on it.
Yeah, this is the first one.
So now, this is my Power Query editor here. So now, if you check this data very well, I'm going to click on anything. Okay. So if you check this data, you will notice that we are having null value. We are having null value. We are having errors in our cells. And in fact, we're having some columns that are not relevant. Is that okay? So now someone should tell me what's the first thing we have to do on this data. We want to claim this data. What's the first thing we have to do? We remove null rows. So any other person. So those that are online, what's the first thing we do?
Sorry, I can't see your screen again.
You can't see my screen again.
I can't see your screen. Yeah.
I can actually, you can see it. So I think we should remove the columns we don't need to.
So what about now? Can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay.
So I think we should remove
Maybe
the
it's my
columns we
network.
don't need.
The what?
I think we should remove the columns we don't need. Column 8 to 10.
Yeah, okay. We should remove the column we don't need. Yes, that's the first thing. So now the column that we don't need is we have column 8, we have column 9, we have column 10, we have column 11. So now we can highlight the columns. You guys are talking. So now you highlight the column we are not using. After highlighting it, you go to home. You can say remove column. Do you preview it before?
Yes.
And do you have empty column?
Can I just go back on?
So now after removing the columns that are not relevant, then the next thing, what should be the next thing? I'm asking, what should be the next thing? So what should be the next thing? Those that are joining online.
So was taking out the null correct?
Someone said taking out the null value. Yes, but another thing is, didn't you think about removing the rows that are not relevant, the first rows that are not relevant? Those that are joining us online, can you hear me? Those that are joining us online, can you hear me?
Yes, you can hear you. So after removing columns, I think the best thing, next thing should be removing the rows we don't need to.
Okay.
So the best thing to remove it.
So now removing the rows now. So now we can remove the top rows.
Yes. Thank you. I can move it last in my college.
It's not possible. So now the first three rows, you can see these first three rows. 1, 2, 3 are not really relevant. So the only thing we can do is all these headings. All these headings, maybe one can write this out somewhere or copy it somewhere. Okay.
Promoted as and change back. Your own training analysis. When the left leg is changed back,
I'm doing different things. So I'm doing a lot of things.
I'm following you now.
No, he's not always following me.
So no,
When I'm in stage 3, you always is.
please, the only response.
Yes.
Because
You are telling me.
so no. When did what did I do that? I can't find it. And what time did I change? Where did I press that? This type change. No, this shows what you have done. Right? I cannot remember that. Sorry. So, what did you do? But just tell me what you did.
Remove columns. I remove the columns that are not necessary.
Which of the ones? You
It
just
won't show again now. There are 4 columns by the right that are not necessary. It's empty columns. They are 4. I remove them. So now the first 3 rows now. So can you see? So what we are trying to do is that we are trying to clean this data to make this data more organized, yes, so that I'll be able to work with it. And this is data again, right? Scroll to this end. Let me see the other empty column. We don't have the empty columns.
Yeah.
So that we are removing the rows now, the top rows.
So let's say now when the weather change.
Yeah.
When the weather change.
No, when I don't see that. Okay, that is total hijack.
So it's network back.
Florence, I follow you.
It's network back.
Licensed by but not to
Those that are online, are you following?
This is the one you're using, right?
Those that are online, are you following me?
Yes, the network has been fluctuating, but we can hear you now.
You said what?
The network is bad, but we can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Okay. So now up to this stage I am, I want you to get there. So can you see my screen? Hello, can you see my screen?
Yes, you can.
So now, if you are here, please just signify by saying done. So once you are here, just say done so that we can continue.
Yeah, done.
Okay, that was the first person. Let me be marking the name that the name of people that are done. So who is the first person that said done now?
Yeah, Adisoji, done.
Adesoji. Okay. So what about Florence? What about Adewumi?
Yeah, I'm also done.
Okay. What about Florence?
Done, sir.
Done. What about Samuel?
Yeah, I'm done.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
So we continue? So let's quickly continue. So any challenge?
Yeah.
So now the next thing here is, if you notice the column here, the column we have here now, the row we have, the first row we have here now, is not still that relevant. Okay. So now we can still remove these rows, the first row again.
So after we remove the columns, we'll now go and remove those.
Here's the column here.
I'll remove the column.
Yeah. So that's the first stage. The next stage is remove the top rows. Yes, top 3 rows.
It's top 3.
Go to remove. So now I want to remove the first row. Is order Omo. Remove rows, remove top rows, and just one. I'll put just one here. Top rows means the top. So now you put 3 here. Have we done the first part? That's the first part we did. So now after then I now. So I click OK.
But see, this node is still here now.
Not that one.
We are cleaning it gradually.
Yeah.
Are you with me?
Oh, so that's how we clean it.
Yeah, we are cleaning it gradually. You understand? So now the next thing now is this row now, this top row now, we want to make it a header. Are you with me? We want to make it the heading. So now what we now do is you go back to our home. Then you go to use first row as headers. You go to use first row as headers. And if I click on use first row as headers, you can see. So can you see my screen? Use first row as headers. Your own is okay now. No. Why do we have?
Actually, I'm going to start appendix.
Okay, then.
Go back one step. Go back by one step, let's say. By one step, oh, we are not having the same thing. Though. It's the same thing. So can you see my screen? So here now, I'm double clicking on this column to make it a state. I can rename it as state. So now I have all my headers here. So now what's the next thing we have to do now? Why do you have columns now? Okay, column 3 columns.
You change your one.
No, I didn't change. I didn't make any changes to all those headings. So change this to state. So those that are online, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay. So now, what's the next thing we are doing now? What's the next thing to do? Can you tell me the next thing?
To remove the null and error that are in the cells. All over
Yes, the next thing is to remove the null and to remove errors. But mind you, if you are removing the null, it's going to remove the entire row where you have the null. Are you with me? If you are removing errors, you're going to remove entire rows where you have the errors. And by the time you are removing it, it's going to alter your data.
Can we replace?
So you can replace with 0.
Remove and replace.
Yes, you can replace with 0, not remove. So now what you now do is, let me see. So all these columns now. Maybe you now put all these headings there.
So what is this promoted about that?
Where is promoted? Promoted header. Click on it now. Something. Promoted headers. You can see. If we check here, I ask you to remove the top 3 rows. Why do you end up having it? If you remove the top 3 rows, we are supposed to be here.
But I think it's now. That is why it's showing.
No, I don't know what you did. I think I said you've done something that makes all those columns to be removed. Do you understand? All these headings. These are what you see here. So now, what I want to do now is I'll click on the column. So I will click on this column that has null value. Once I click on it, I'll go to replace value. So when I go to replace value, I will put null and replace the null value with 0. Can you see that it has replaced with 0? And anywhere I have errors, the reason why I'm doing that is invalid value. So anywhere I have error, I can as well replace error with 0. If you are removing the error, you are removing the entire row. Is that okay? So now I can say error, to remove it, to replace it with 0. Okay, and if I'm not doing that, let me replace. You can see, if you highlight, you can see replace error. Replace error is saying that by what? I can say by 0. So now can you see that I've replaced my error with 0 and I've replaced my null with 0? Those that are online, Are you there? Those that are online, are you there?
Yes, we are following.
You are
Yes,
following. Okay.
or just to clarify something.
Okay, you want to verify something? What's that?
I want to clarify. Okay, so you said if we simply remove the values we don't need, in this case null and error, if we simply remove them, it will delete the cell, right?
It will delete
So
the
if you want,
entire rows where it is.
not just the cell, the entire row will be
Not
gone.
just the entire rows, yes.
Oh, okay. So we have to replace it with a value. In this case, we use 0 to preserve
Yes.
the.
Yes.
All right.
It's always advisable because by the time you replace it with 0, that means that you are not altering the data. Are you with me?
Yeah, it should preserve the data. Again,
Yes.
thank you.
Because the authenticity of the data still matters. Unless you are told otherwise to replace with a particular value. Okay?
All right. Thank you. I get now.
Yeah, you're welcome. So now what's the next thing to do?
Sorry, sir. Can you repeat the step for that error replacing thing?
You click on the column you want to replace error. After clicking on the column, you right click. If you are not going through clicking on home, you can as well right click. When you right click, you see replace value. I want to say replace value, you can type null. Can type null and then replace with it says 0. Are you with me? And you click OK. And if you want to replace the error as well, you right click, you say replace errors. Then you put 0 here, the value you want to use to replace the error.
I see. All right, no problem. Thank you.
Okay. So now I will do the same for this other column too. Replace errors with 0. Replace so let me replace. I want to replace null value. Replace null value. Let me just, okay. Why is it not allowing me to? Let me go to home. Let me say replace value. And let me say null by 0. So now let me come here, but it's not replacing. Why? Let me say replace error with 0. So now let me come here also replace value null. Replace with 0. So now you can do that for. Let me even copy this. So have you already replaced the null and all? Wow, that's cool. So those that are online, have you already replaced the null and errors?
So as for
Those
me,
that
that
are
second
online.
one is not
You said what?
replacing. For me, that second one is not replacing.
The same way you do the first one, do for the other now.
No, the second this thing, yeah, the one you're on right now, it's not
It's not
replacing for me.
replacing. Yeah. So now let me.
That is why I cannot do online classes. Because I'm trying to.
No, if it's an online class, I will not get lost like this. See, but all
I
the
see.
class, I don't get like that. I don't.
Why is it? Let me see. Null. Why is this one not replaced? So now let me check this one also.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. How comes that was not sent?
Let me see replace.
Okay. You now come to the replace values. No, remove that.
So replace error is not working here.
You remove three.
No, after the that, then you also remove that one.
Is there any other person that is having the same
Why did you
challenge?
remove one more row after the first? I supposed to remove 4 rows. No.
So make this one your header now. Here comes this first row as header.
This first row.
Leave this one.
Go to this first row.
So is there any other person that's having the same challenge with mine here? Those that are online, you couldn't, you cannot remove you cannot replace this error here.
I could have told you this since now. I was using this one. That's why I was.
Hello, those that are online. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Any other person that cannot replace this error in is it the third column or fourth column? It's
So
not
I'm
replaced. So let me try this last one. Replace replace error with 0. Let me see. So it has replaced here. Can you try the other columns too?
Yeah, so I have the same issue too. I can't remove the error in the.
So do the other column first. The remaining column, try the other column. Do for the other columns. Yes. Replace error, replace. Coming. Have you done? Okay. I'll say replace value. For replace value, I'm putting null here. Putting 0. Adding the query. Why this not? It's not replaced.
And the question is the error that is not going is actually in lowercase. Maybe that actually matters in this case. Maybe since it's
The error.
lowercase.
Okay, let's see. Let's see. So let's replace. Okay, maybe it's because it's in. Okay, but in that wise, now that means that you are going to say replace value. Replace value. Then you're going to put error.
Okay.
Does it have X? No.
When you replace value, so replace null and put 0, then replace errors and put 0.
Yeah, you can see it's working now.
Come again.
Replace null.
Hello. So for those of you that is having issue with that replacing of error, the one that is with a small letter,
It's not working.
so you type it. So mine is working now. So remaining this null. So this null now.
Come there. Okay, no, you still come to replace value.
So let me still come back to this null. Let me go to value to find. We are not. We put null there now. We type null there. Yes.
You've done null once now. It did not work.
And put what here?
And put 0.
0 there. Yes.
I did not work.
Try it again.
So value to find. Let me see null.
I think I have to highlight that particular.
How many you want to highlight?
No, you just want one. You just highlight the
One null.
no the column.
Oh, you have to highlight that. Okay, so there's no null.
So now, why is this null here not removing, or why it's not replacing?
I think you should tap that symbol, so that null
Hmm.
then go to that replace.
Okay, let's try that.
Come to this one.
Oh, if you notice, this null is having something behind.
Yes.
It's having something behind. Yes.
Come on, learn from this. You know what? It will not work. No,
It's not working.
just go out. Go out.
It's not working.
You are just on this no.
That's what I just did.
That's what I'm trying to. That power is not going.
So click on the null. After clicking on the null, then go to replace value.
Yeah,
Zero.
So how you don't know?
But this one is not still working.
Okay, maybe we should. Okay, or let's try.
So we should
Remove error.
Yes, one will do. When we don't do it, replace. No.
Yeah, let me still try this.
anyone that you see, you will be 0
Replace errors. Replace errors.
It's not working.
Now you consistent.
Yeah, so this one is working. Remaining one.
And they're not error.
Remaining this last one.
We check it.
So like this one is
No.
Enter a number value.
So it's only this one that is not working.
Maybe it's coming.
So those that are online, are you able to replace everything?
They're working with
Those that are online,
Let's remove the zero first.
are you able to replace all?
Yes, I've replaced all over here.
Over here,
Why your
okay.
mouse?
So now this last one that I refuse to do here. Let me see, try it. But this last one is
I
not
don't
working
think
here.
we can do errors. So we can't do errors. It says you should put a command. It says you should put a value for the command.
We have replace error there now. Why not going for replace error?
Okay.
Where can the
Sorry, that one. I will-
So now, here now, what I will do now is that I want to remove it.
Where did you see replace errors?
Let me say remove. Where do I have?
No. Down.
This is not replacing.
Zero.
Sure.
Let me see.
But not only saying remove error, not replace errors. Yes, no, it's remove it. But sorry, replace it. Oh, yes, not the same thing. Remove all the column. It's true. I don't do that. Yeah, I think it's not the same thing.
I want you to replace
Can you
this.
imagine this man?
It's not the same thing. If I should remove the errors, then remove the causes everything.
So
how
now,
do you replace
this
errors?
They are
now,
going to find replace errors now.
So remove the replace.
okay,
Okay, remove
remove
it.
errors,
Let's find replace. Yeah.
keep errors. It's only this one that is not replacing here.
So
now
now
another-
another see replace error.
Yes, where do you see what?
Oh. So those that are online,
Yes.
so now this one that is refused to be replaced here now, all I will just do is that I will load it,
Okay, so
and when I get to my Excel,
Just remove it and the.
just now you make sure your data is clean, that's all. So it's only this one that I'm having issue with, okay? So now in this case, that is when we still have other things. So if you check the bottom, we still have to remove the last rows. They will say remove rows, then say remove bottom rows.
You see where there is total stage.
Yes, that last, is it the last two? Let's take one. I'm removing the last row.
The last.
Yes.
You have to be the last one. Are you guys hearing? Right.
So check what we have here.
Right.
I have to
Check it first and then answer the question that way.
the
No, there is one with there is one after the total state.
don't worry, let's
Remove that.
inside that file.
So those that are online, so are we on the same page? So that's nice. So even you are there, right? That's good. So now I will load this now. So the only challenge I have is this null, and I can actually fix it when I load it to myself, since it's that only one. Then I will come to my home and go to close and load.
Go back.
Don't change
Oh, no,
my
this
man.
is row. I believe they said that this is row. No, that's not what he said. What he said is that this is row. This is row.
So I've loaded it. So I've loaded the data now. So I can easily come here now and come and change this to 0 since it refused to change on my Power Query editor. Is that okay? So those that are online, are you with me? She's confused, but so those that are online, are you with me?
Yeah.
So have you loaded your clean data?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes, load it. So our data is now clean. That's how to clean your data. So now, after cleaning your data, then you can now, if they ask you that you should create a dashboard, then you can now start all those processing of creating the dashboard, of pivot table, slicer, and all that.
Okay,
So yes, you have to clean your data first before you create your dashboard. Do you
So that
understand?
means I was supposed to learn this before that whole pie chart stuff.
Yes, because this one now, the reason why I didn't bring it first is so that it won't confuse you. We would love to see visuals and all that.
Like right now.
Yeah, the technique. So which means that the data cleaning is supposed to come first before you create your dashboard. Is that okay? So now we finish with data cleaning.
Yes, sir.
So now let's now continue with data modeling.
I'm getting distracted.
What is that?
My brain really carry anything.
Like this now.
Just 3 seconds.
I can't.
After 3 seconds, then we are continuing.
I'm so pretty.
Please, for how long? Is it
Yes,
two
what's
o'clock?
the time? No, maybe
That's too
Wait,
just data for them.
I'm already sleeping.
Okay, I don't come. Laugh at
No.
Online.
The instruction is
They said I work by tomorrow.
No, but when actually told them and used them,
But I like
and
it,
then
yeah,
he said that way you can teach, you should teach a one, but you can today. Then you not know what to do about it next week. Honestly, because it is one thing to run when it's for us that are trying
Is that
to
what-
impact
is that what
them
he said?
as a
Is that what
result.
he said?
Yes. When he was trying to close the window, that was what I suggested.
Actually,
Okay.
Because this class not if he speaks out,
So now-
okay.
it's because you are seeing us. You see all the most of us that they are all like that. You don't keep their phone like that, they will sleep you. It's not something that I'm saying abstractly. I've done
Let me
it.
just speak with him.
I've done it. I've done it. I have to.
So for those of you that have not finished with this data cleaning, please kindly do that. I'll be right back.
His wife is going to the yellow.
Very funny how this is.
Which wife is saying to dream?
That's me not this patient.
Which one? It's because I want.
As on the stress from Abi.
You like serious, like that is stress and
It doesn't mean something that will complete.
I bet you will be.
We are not stressing him, no. We want to learn that first.
No, that we don't want to
See,
see.
the way we are treating me, you know the way we are
Yeah,
treating
that's what they
I
manage.
just-
That's what they manage. Because some of the patient by this one. So
And but the thing is that we don't manage that. Forget about it.
it is what we should do the analysis. You don't have to.
No, the thing is that see, the thing is that patient. In terms of it's trying to explain everything. Like they put to even if you're talking about you mentioned that you want to this, right? This is something that is practical. That project management now, if they give us after every class, you don't know you can do a practical.
Project management.
Like as they finish the class, like they give you the project. I got you people come back say, "What's going on?"
I'm about them for them.
This one when they call about that because they don't have like this.
Yeah, that's not right.
Someone was calling me today.
Are we saying, am I doing home? I'll go. I'll go with you. No, I never read here. See the class. You don't.
Now they make noise. So
What's happen? All right, now you can make class. Area 11. Come and show us your sisters when the top is blowing up. Not you. Come and show us.
Yeah. Hello. Yes, I think. Okay. So now, can we continue now? So let's continue. So let's continue. There is a data I sent to you, which is on the data modeling. And let's continue.
No, I will just use it.
So let us rest
Yes.
No, I'm not complaining of it, but let's stress more.
I couldn't find it.
No, it's the area we use, the area this class.
No, wait. That system is far gone.
Data model, yes.
Or you make it.
We'll just give announcements.
So I've already sent the data for data modeling. Yes, it has been sent, I think, last week. So please check it out.
Try.
Yes, it's here. I saw it today.
Data modeling.
It's here now.
So now let me.
Five point. Me, no.
When it comes to us for you'll be fine.
Wow, data cost. Very expensive something. It's like could be
Human.
So now let's resume. So,
Are we cleaning? Are we taking to this?
so please import that data model data. Please.
So hence, let's.
Why are you not charging before?
I don't think
Does it check or the battery doesn't last? Yeah. What's the percentage? Please, is it up to 10% like this? 13. Okay. So please import the data model data.
Okay.
So those that are online, please import the data. Can you all hear me? Those that are online, data model data, yes. If you check the platform, is there. So that's the data I want to work on now. Okay, so that we can round up before 2:30. Is that okay? Those that are online, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm trying to import it.
Yeah, please import the data. So now I'm importing it from here. So I go to my data. I go to new query.
It's coming out to us, but not as much. This time, I need to see all this. I need to update.
That's okay. What about the transport?
That's the thing. So that
Some people don't care about it.
Some people just like to just to be in Abuja. I don't know.
And you know that they are actually and they are suffering in Abuja.
Yeah.
The thing is that I don't believe so.
Maybe I'm something like
If you want to stay in Abuja, or you want
So
to
now
stay
I'm selecting.
that's determine like the type of course.
I'm selecting other table. I'm selecting returns table and users.
But wait, though.
So now if you preview this data now,
You know, you're playing.
okay.
It is
So now this is the three data set we want to work on.
So it's like take data modeling, right?
Yes.
I have mixed now, but why can't I?
concentrate, guys.
So let me take it to
How is talking?
my Power Query first.
Chief distractor.
No, you don't have any. It's not necessary.
So they ask me a question. No,
Please, there's too much noise coming from there now.
I'm here now. Why you no come?
Please, sorry, don't distract them, please.
You don't have class for bed.
Stop this. Which kind of human being are you? So, sorry about that. Okay.
I'm not sorry.
You apologize to us.
Stop. This is a class. Okay. So, all right. So, can you see my screen? So, thanks for that observation. Okay. So now, can you see my screen? Please, let's.
So, sir, it's just those three we are working with.
You said what?
It's just those three we are working with. Other
Yes.
return users.
Yes.
We should
That's-
just load it direct. We should not edit anything.
Yes. Load it.
All right.
Yes. No. What do you have there? So can I continue?
No, sir.
So now data modeling, what data modeling does is that when you are dealing with two or more data sets with similar features, that's when we model a data. So what that means is that unlike the first data we use in our second class, which is the sales data, you can see the single data set. So now there are situations whereby the organization will now give you different data sets that have similar features. Okay, I'm coming. It's just like having a sales table, then having a region table, then having, let's say, outlet table. You understand? You know that, yes. So now the outlet now, having an outlet in a separate table, having product in a separate table, then you now still have a combined table, which is that sales table. Are you getting me? So in a situation whereby you now have 2-3 different tables with similar columns, I call the similar columns, I call them features. Okay, so that's when you can model the data. And then the essence of modeling the data is just that you can treat the data, the 3 tables or 4 tables, as if you are treating one data set. Are you getting my point now? So now if you check this data now, this first table now we have, if you see we have the order date, we have order ID, we have sales, we have all this. Then if you check this, the second table, in the second table, we have order ID and we have status. Is that okay? And then the last table, we have region and manager. So can you tell me which of these features, what was the similar column that this table has? Or probably maybe 2 tables as a particular column, which you can also find in the first table. If you check here now, we have order ID and status. And if you go to this sheet now, the order table, you see that we have order ID. Where do you have? You can see we have order ID here. Can you see that we have order ID? This order ID.
Okay.
And we have order ID here and status. Okay. So, and then if you check this last sheet, we have region and manager. And if you check here, you will see that we still have region here. Where is the region?
Okay.
Region is there. We should have. Let me
Okay,
see.
it's here, it's here, it's here.
We have region. Okay. So now at least one column it must be similar. Yes, it must have at least one column that are similar. Okay. So now this says table now. This other table now is more or less like the parent table now, which means that the second table here, other ID can be found there. And this other one too, the region can also be found there. Okay. So if you do not have any similarities, you cannot model the data. Are you getting me? So
Right.
data modeling is bringing two or more tables together and treating them like a single table.
Oh, that's it. That's like merging them together.
Yes,
that
making
was-
them and treating them as if you are treating a single data set. That's what
Okay.
data modeling does.
Okay.
Is that okay? Those that are online, is that okay? Those that are online,
Yes,
yes,
sir.
that's fine. You're going to click on options. So when you go to options, you go to add-ins. You go to add-ins. By the time you go to add-ins, you will see Power Pivot here. You can see Microsoft Power Pivot.
Okay.
So you click on it. After clicking on it, you So can you see my screen?
Please add it, right?
Not at all, sir.
Okay, I'm coming. So now have you installed the Power Pivot? Those that are online, have you installed the Power Pivot?
No, we were not hearing you.
Okay, I said you should go to File. So after going to File, go to Options. So after clicking on Options, go to Add-in. After clicking on Add-in, then you will choose Come Add-in under Manage. Then click on Go. Then after clicking on Go, you have Microsoft Power Pivot for Excel. You're going to check the box. And after checking the box, you're going to click OK. Is that okay? So immediately you click OK, you're going to have Power Pivot, yes, in your Excel ribbon.
Simple.
So those of you online, I think you should be done with that by now.
Please take it again from the add-ins.
You said?
From the add-ins. What
And click on add-ins. After then, select Microsoft Power Pivot. Select it. After selecting it, go to where we have Manage. Choose Come Add-in. Sorry, bring that noise. So choose Come Add-in. So after choosing Come Add-in, then click on Go. Have you done that? Hello? Those that are online, you are the one I'm waiting for.
So after that, you click OK, yeah?
So which part are you that you are clicking? Okay, have you selected Microsoft Power Pivot and
Yes.
Come Add-in?
Yes.
Then click Go.
Oh, sure. All right.
After clicking Go, it will take you to a dialog box where you can select Microsoft Power Pivot. You select it and you click OK. Is that okay? So can I continue?
So my own did not come out, so
That means you didn't follow the steps now. What are you doing? I told you you should. Are you seeing my screen?
yeah.
Follow what I'm doing now as I'm doing it. Go to File, go to Option, click on Add-in. Can you see? Then select Microsoft Power Pivot. After selecting it, we have Manage here. Where you have Manage, you see Manage. By default, you have Excel Add-in. You click on this box here so that you can choose Come Add-in. After that, you click on Go. When you click on Go, you check Microsoft Power Pivot here. You check it, check the box, and you click OK. So apart from you, is there any other person that is having challenge with that? Joshua, are you having challenge? Akrapes, are you having challenge? So Billy, are you having challenge? So that we can continue, please. Hello? Those that are online, I'm waiting now.
No challenge.
No, with you, sir.
So what about Joshua? What about Joshua? What about Akrapes?
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you.
So I can continue, right?
Yes, right on.
What about Samuel? Samuel, are you done now?
Yeah. You can continue.
So are you done with it now, Samuel?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's continue. So now after installing the Power Pivot, so now the next thing is we have to add each table to a data model. Okay, so how do we add each data to a data model, or let me say each table to a data model? You're going to click on this first table rather. After clicking on it, you go to your Power Pivot, you say add to data model.
The first one.
Yes. You say add to data model. We'll see what will happen. Preparing Power Pivot window. Why is it taking time to load?
So this is how we work.
How to create you want to add to data model. You want to add each table to a data model.
So that's how we need to one by one.
Yes.
And you form together. in a pivot space.
Just be observing as we proceed. Why is it taking much time?
Where did you go? I hate
Everything just working against us. There it is. We don't like
My system is loading. Okay.
now they ask you say I've been reading my phone other days. But today I'm like this is me so much. Wow. Let me just limit. And I came on the line instead. That's right.
Okay. So I'm able to add to data model. Still loading. So now after doing this now, then I will now pick the other tables. I will click within the tables and add to data model. Okay. As you're adding it, you'll be seeing it here. So I will still minimize this. I'll still click on the third table, click within the data, then add to the data model. So I want you all to do that. Can you do that? I can't do it twice. The system is not working again. Your system is, I think, it's strong enough. It's quite what? Quite thin. So now I have the three data added to the data model. So for those that are online, have you all done that?
Thank you for that.
Those that are online, have you all done that? Those that are online, why are you people silent?
Yes.
Are you people sleeping? Click on the tables, go to Power Pivot, then you click add to data model, then do for all of them, do for the 3D tables. That's what I asked you to do.
Done.
Is there any question with that?
No, sir.
You said what? Can I continue? Those that are online, please, I'm waiting for you so that I can proceed.
Can proceed.
You said? I
Yeah,
can
you can
proceed.
proceed. Yeah, you can proceed.
Okay. So you click on each table, you go to Power Pivot, you add it to the model. This is a Power Pivot now, just like as we did for Power Query. Same thing is applicable to data modeling. Everything about our modeling is under Power Pivot. You people are enjoying that. So, okay.
But what if they actually pay us 33?
Yeah, we did
No, what they're saying is that they don't know if that journal will be the process.
So let's continue. So now, those that are online, can you see my screen? Those online, can you see my screen? Those that are online, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see it, but I don't know. We missed a step. I think the network glitched.
Okay.
So
So now this is where we are before. After adding the data set, then I said we wanted to establish relationship. We want to establish relationship between the three tables. You are not focusing us. You'll be asking me a question now.
Yes, like this.
I just say, I don't know if am I getting it?
So now after adding the three tables to the data model, then the next thing is to establish relationship. And for us to establish relationship, you go to diagram view. You go to diagram view. Diagram view. Diagram view. So you go to the diagram view. When you go to diagram view, so now if you notice now, we have order ID, we have region. Then you establish relationship by dragging, you click on the region and drag it to where we have region here. So let me delete this. Let me delete it again. That means that if not added, guys. Oh, your system is slow.
It
Yes.
was not so like this.
So now I click on the region, then I drag it to where I have region in the other table.
Like you just
I click it and drag it. No, you drag it. I click and I drag it. Yes. So now if you check also the order ID, I'll click on order ID and drag to where I have order ID here.
So now, okay, this is like the representation of those three sheets.
Yeah, three sheets, yeah.
Okay, so now we're trying to merge them.
Yeah, we are trying to, we call it relationship, establish relationship to relate the three tables together.
So that they will not be in one.
Yes, I see we are dealing with just one data set. So those that are online, can you see my screen?
yes, sir.
So I want you to do what I just did now.
I was over here.
Yes, sir. Last week I was the one doing all the yes, sir. I don't know everything. Yes, sir.
So what I did now is, let me cancel this again.
Okay.
If you want to cancel, you bring your cursor to where I put my cursor.
Okay.
That's what I want to. I'm deleting this from the model. I want to delete this again. Those that are even online are getting it.
So how sure are you that
So I'm deleting this also.
I've done it before. I've done it before.
So now what you do is, I said you look into the common columns, yes, between the tables. We have region here. Where do you have this region here? This is more or less like a parent table, the other table. Then you click here, you drag it. I click it and I drag it. You're asking me why. I want to establish relationship.
Why? Like he wants to merge it together. Why? For it to be in one sheet, so it can be in one year. But when you don't finish next, the things are still there.
I've already explained what data modeling is. I said data modeling is bringing together different tables. You understand? Like merging different tables together so that we can treat it as if, like we want to treat all these three as if it's one table. And before we can do that, then we're going to establish relationship.
But we didn't make manager and staff.
So,
That is what
sir,
it was about.
so,
That's what we have here.
you cannot create a relationship.
Just click OK.
Where is the relationship?
In this way now, because making region and other items, not staff and manager.
This other ID here now. So now I will look for where other ID is here. Yes, or this other ID. Then I will now click this.
So what was status?
We don't have status.
Okay, we don't have status.
Yes. Remember, I said any features, any of the column, any feature that has similar characteristics. Yes, we have region here. We have region here. That's why we are able to relate it. If we don't have region here, nothing to merge.
Do you have manager there?
It's because we have other, where is even managers? We don't even have anything to do with the manager. Since we have region, that's our major concern. You understand? And yes, since we have other ID, and we have other ID here, so we are good to merge it, yes. So now, now you see that we have status here. We don't have status here. Do you understand? So now the reason why it's a separate table is because you have a feature here and we have more columns added to it. Do you understand? Just like they are giving more modifications. So other ID, this is status.
So what's separated them in the first?
What is it?
What's separated them in the first?
The data, the organization give you a data. This thing now, they give you a data in different sheets, asking you that you should analyze it. If you understand. So now, if they don't have similar columns, you can't model it. That's where modeling comes in. You remember when we are dealing with the sales data, now it's just a single table. We don't do anything like merging. Do you understand? But now, this is another concept whereby organization can give you 3 or 4 data sets. You understand? That are similar, that have similar features. I'll tell you that, oh, we want you to analyze this data. Good student. So now that's what I just did here. So immediately you now establish relation. There is a step to it. The first step is adding them one after the other to the data model. And the second step is establishing relationship. So the third step is now creating a pivot table from here. Okay. So those that are online, are you following? It's still the same.
You have to drag.
Yes, it's still the same.
Have you dragged it?
It's still the same. Have you dragged from here to here? Yes, yes, it's still okay. One to ten.
He cannot drag it again. So why he cancel it as a compression?
Oh, yes.
Because he has dragged.
He has already linked it.
See the link.
To the like to the head. Yeah, like yes, like to the motherboard.
On what they are
If what I want to understand, which one is speaking language again.
No, she said something. Is she here?
So now let's continue, please. Those that are online, are you following up to this point?
Yes.
So we now have those 3 tables here now. Can you see? So
How did you
in
drop
your
it
own
here?
case now, go to design.
Uh-huh.
No, it's even here, sir. Go to pivot table. Click open. Look okay.
His face. When he saw that I'm just
So do you now see the 3 tables here?
okay, so everything is now managed.
Yeah, they are now together here.
Oh.
So now, well, after having this now, you can now expand it by clicking on this. You can see I can expand this.
Okay.
I can as well expand this. So now I can now navigate through the 3 tables.
So now by this, is this like these things, are they called fields?
This is fit now. This is a pivot table fit.
Okay.
So now, if I want to change, if I want to have my sales, do I have sales or something here? Let me check the variables I have here. Let's say I have sales. Remember, I told you that sales any values attribute that what we normally have under our values. So I put sales here. Then I can decide to go and choose. I can decide to choose region under my users table.
Like always.
Decide.
Decide.
I can decide. You don't know.
Mm,
That was really okay. That was the last time. That's what
I can decide. You know, this now 3 tables now. So now I've left the first table. I pick sales from the first table. Then I want to pick region from the last table. Then I want to compare.
Okay, put it here.
Yes. So now what I'm doing is that the data modeling have already make us to walk through the 3 tables at the same time. That's just the simple thing we are doing. Do you understand? That's just the simple thing we are doing. So you can decide to pick, you know, we don't have manager under our other table. You understand? I can decide to compare them with manager here.
compare them as how to get what?
So now it's now showing us the sales incurred across the region and the manager that are there. Yes, by different managers.
Okay.
You can see Chris, we have Erin, we have Sam, we have William.
These are the managers.
These are the managers.
So why is it simple but complex to get?
If you know it, you know that it's not simple. So it's simple.
Once you know it, and you practice it. That's just it.
If you forget to.
I forget.
So we have to drag
You forget, I am
to here.
Yes. Those that are online, do you have any challenge? Any question?
Yes, sir. After dragging them together,
Yes.
how did you save it? How did you go to the next step? Use that
Then I
part.
click on pivot table.
Okay, from there then pivot table.
Yes. So the pivot table will now take you to where I am now.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So what about others? Any other person? Samuel, are you there?
So I'm here.
Practice, are you- So are you following up?
Yeah, I'm following.
Okay. So now after you are about finishing now, you are rounding up by.
I was expecting the last one.
Oh, okay, that's fine. So now after having this pivot table now, so we can easily convert it to pivot chart. Now come to pivot chart.
Analyze.
You click within the pivot table, you go to analyze, you go to pivot chart. Can decide to choose any of the charts here. Okay, so this is the chart showing the sales across the region and the manager. Yes, the manager for each region.
So maybe if you want to add let's say something else from here. Okay, let's assume there's manager. We'll drag manager here. The manager, okay, what should I use? What else should I use? Maybe okay, let's say states.
States.
If state is here, we'll drag it here.
So now,
it
do you
will
have
reflect
state
in the
here?
workspace.
Of course, no. Do you have state here? Let me see other variable.
So you only have to drag what you want.
If you want to use status, can I just start that
Yes, exactly. Send it to us.
anything you want to work on, depending on the objectives. Just like the way we did for that sales data when we are dealing with
Now, why is
that.
it not showing legend?
Where is legend? But it doesn't matter, but it's still giving you what you needed. Yeah.
So, Sam, when should you use filter?
Peter, we've already talked about that one in our second class.
And then
We start class.
Let's hear it. What with that really.
I said filter is for let me see if I click on this thing now. If I click on, let me see if I click on country now. If I drag my country to, I want to try and walk through filter now. If I click on country now, then I want this entire data, entire pivot table and chart to be for just a particular country. Oh, in fact, it's even United States that we have. I didn't mean that we have other states there. I can just filtering from the word filtering. Is that okay? Or if I'm taking region here, let me see if I want to filter based on region, and I come here and take region and I say, okay, I want to know
What's happening
just
in
for
South?
only South.
Okay.
Or even information here, we'll be talking about the South.
So it will just show just the person managing South,
South,
they know
yes.
the sales here.
The sales, yeah.
So like this now, it's all connected now, just like that one that we have to now connect the different charts with different sheets.
Yeah, this one now, you're still now going to do the same process.
On the
So now
dashboard.
have here for you to create a dashboard for this. Okay. So those that are online, so after creating this, the first one we did now is just for a single objectives. So you can as well now go back to your Power Pivot, create more pivot charts, create more pivot table, depict different objectives. Then after then you do for your slicers, you do for after slicer, what else do we do? Pivot table, pivot chart. Then you connect them. Yes, by using report connections. Yeah, the dashboard.
Yes.
So you do your slicers, you do everything, then you move everything to your dashboard. In fact, the last thing is your dashboard. Do you understand?
Yeah. That's after, so after you clean the data now.
Yes, after you clean the data,
Put
you
it in your pivot table.
put it in your no. After you clean the data, you import it, you load it to your Excel. After loading it, then you model the data if it is data model data.
Okay.
After modeling the data, in the course of modeling the data, you create relationship, you do all those ones, then you create a pivot table, then you go back to your Power Pivot to create more pivot tables. You understand? So each pivot table will be standing for each objective. Are you getting me? So now after you do that, just the way we did for the sales this thing that time, then you now do report connections for all those things. After reporting connection, then you move them to a separate sheet. And that's all. Yes. After I click on manage, then I click on pivot table. It will create a
You can
new
now
sheet.
work on something else.
To create a new sheet for me. Then you can work on something
So I
else.
say, please, it's manage, please manage.
You that you
Where
are
did
lost.
this come?
You never know anything. So those that are online, are you with me?
Manage.
Go and meet your friend. Your friend will explain.
Okay.
So those that are online, are you with me?
Manage. So just take it. You see.
Those that are online, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So those that are online, hello. Those that are online, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Those that are online, can you hear me? If you
Yes,
have
sir.
any,
Okay.
question, you can easily reach out. So this is where we stop for except for data analysis. Yes, so we don't have problems. This is where we stop. So the task,
All those things you need, they are summarized them.
yes, I've done that. You've done it in the second class, yes. So you just walk through it, and then if you have questions, you can reach out. And definitely you should be able to do it, yes. So I wish you good luck. So if you have any challenge in the future, can actually reach out to me. Yes.